ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सुखं नित्यं स्वप्रकाशं व्यापकं नामरूपयोः अधिष्ठानं बुद्ध्यबोध्यं बुद्धिर्दृग्यत्तु निर्मलम् अपारं सर्ववेदान्तवेद्यं प्रत्यक्षरं महः तदेवाहं न मत्तोऽन्यदिति मे निश्चिता मतिः। We are discussing Ishvara Swarupa, and Ishvara Swarupa is the one which is consisting of three factors: Maya, Chaitanyam and Chaitanya Bhasaha. And it was further defined, which is a very popular definition of Ishvara, and it is Jagat Karanam Ishvara. When we say Jagat Karanam Brahma, there Brahma means Ishvara only. Saguna Brahman alone can be called Karanam. So some people have so much conflict about Brahma and Ishvara. So whenever we talk about Karanam, even though we use the word Brahman, but it means Saguna Brahman, which is otherwise called Ishvara. Alright, so Ishvara is defined as Prapanchasya Upadana Karanam Nimitta Karanam cha. It is the material cause and occasioning cause or intelligent cause, efficient cause. Alright. And then Ishvaraha eva Jagataha Upadana Karanam Nimitta Karanam cha bhavati. Ishvara alone becomes or is material cause and efficient cause. Yatha ekaha eva luta kitaha tanturupa karyam prati upadana karanam nimitta karanam cha bhavati. Comma, it should not be full stop because sentence continues. Tadvadeva Ishvaraha prapancham prati upadanam nimittam cha. So here he says Ishvara is upadana karana and nimitta karana. Therefore one word we use is abhinna nimitta upadana karana. For Ishvara we use the word abhinna nimitta upadana karana. So the vigraha will be what? Abhinna nimittam chatat upadana karanam abhinna nimitta upadana karanam. Abhinna nimittam is a bahuri. Abhinnam nimittam yasmat upadanat tat abhinna nimittam. And then karma dharaya abhinna nimittam chatat upadanam cha, and abhinna nimitta upadanam, and tadeva karanam abhinna nimitta upadana karanam. So abhinna nimitta upadana karanam samasa vigraha is a little challenging. It is slightly different way it is done. Okay. Then, yesterday we were discussing this point, that how Ishvara can be called Nimitta Karana also and Upadana Karanam also. Because Nimitta Karana definition was what? Karyotpatti Matra Karanam, Nimitta Karanam. Now Ishvara is not Karyotpatti Matra Karanam. Ishvara is Sthiti Karanam also. Is Laya Karanam also. Then how can you say that Ishvara is Nimitta Karanam? For that we have seen. We have to see it in a very ingenious manner, different manner than generally we see. Whatever role is played by the Nimitta Karanam in other situation, in Drishtanta of pot, etc., same role is played by Ishvara. Whatever role is played by Nimitta Karanam in the examples, that role is also played, that same role is also played by Ishvara. That is what we mean by Ishvara is Upadana Karanam and Nimitta Karanam. Otherwise it will be a problem. And Nimitta Karanam is Utpatti Matra Karanam. How can you say Ishvara is Nimitta Karanam? So we say that this is how we have to understand. And by that what we want to convey is, for Ishvara to become the Karanam, it does not require any outside Karanam. He alone is Upadana Karanam, he alone is Nimitta Karanam. He doesn't require any other cause. So he fulfills both the causes which are required for the creation. So that is Upadana Karana Nimitta Karana. And suppose you say no, they should be different only. Okay, then also we have answer. हमारे पास सब चीज़ों का स्टॉक है. सो हम कहते हैं कि यस. सो देन अवच्छेद भेदेन ईश्वर भेदः. विल से माया दृष्टिया ईश्वर इज उपादान कारणम एंड चैतन्य स्वरूप दृष्टिया निमित्त कारण. तो आपको भी संतोष हो जाएगा ना. यू विल बी सेटिस्फाइड. हाँ देखो दो अलग कर दिया ना. सो इफ यू आर हैप्पी विद दिस, ओके टेक दिस. हमारे इन आवर माइंड देयर इज नो डिफरेंस. What we mean is that Ishvara is Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam. Our understanding is that only, which we are not revealing in the beginning. But if you press us, then we have that answer. What? That Maya, from the Maya standpoint, Maya Drishtya, Ishvara has got two angles, Maya Drishti and Swarupa Drishti. Two aspects are there, Ishvara. So Maya Drishtya, Saha Upadana Karanam, and Swarupa Drishtya is a Nimitta Karanam. So there is no problem. If you want a double only, तो डबल कर देंगे उसको. क्या एक ही पीस है, उसको हम 2 pieces करके दे देंगे. That's all. We are going to give the same product. If you want full, we give full. Otherwise, we give 2 parts. Okay. So that's why Vedanti na manaha na khidyate. So Vedanti क्या चाहिए तो ये भी wherever possible we will give. All right. So here, this is how it is to be understood, that Ishvara is Upadana Karana and Nimitta Karanam. यथा एकः एव लूता कीटः तन्तुरूप कार्यं प्रति उपादान कारणं निमित्त कारणं च भवति. दृष्टान्तः. जस्ट एज एकः एव, वन अलोन, लूता कीटः, स्पाइडर. सो लूता means that the web. Kita means the insect. So Luta Kitaha is the name of spider. Is a word used for spider. Yatha ekaha eva Luta Kitaha Tanturupa Karyam Prati. Prati means for the effect in the form of Tantu, web. Upadana Karanam Nimitta Karanam cha Bhavati is material cause and efficient cause as well. So for the effect in the form of Tantu, web, this spider is both the causes, the Upadana Karana and Nimitta Karana. Tadvat. Similarly, Tadvadeva, like that only. Similar to that, Ishvaraha Prapancham Prati Upadanam Nimittam cha. Ishvara is material cause and efficient cause as well. Tatra. Tatra means in that case, means in this subject matter of this one and the same being Upadana and Nimitta, in that case, Luta Kitasya Jadam Shariram Tantoho Upadana Karanam. Tat Sharirastham Antakarana Sahita Chaitanyam Nimitta Karanam. So, in that case, Jadam Shariram, the inert body of this spider Luta Kitasya, Tantoho Upadana Karanam. So it is the material cause of the web. So the inert body of the spider is the material cause of the web. And tat sharirastham antakarana sahita chaitanyam nimitta karanam. Nimitta karanam, efficient cause, is consciousness endowed with, Sahita means endowed with, along with the Antakarana, the mind. Spider also has a mind, must be there. Otherwise, how can it build like this? Very strong. If they say the per centimeter square, that this strength is much more than any other thing we make by human beings. So strong it is. Therefore, they say they wanted to learn that how it is making. So they, when they want to make very strong rope, they wanted to use this house, the technology spider is used, spider technology. So they wanted to use. I read somewhere. So very, very intelligent. So Antakarana. So Tat Sharirastha. Antakarana obtaining in its body. Tat refers to Luta Kita. Luta Kita Sharirastham Antakaranastha Chaitanyam. The consciousness along with the mind obtaining in that body is Nimitta Karanam. Is the efficient cause. Here we are using this type of language because Nimitta Karanam, generally we highlight the maker, and the maker has to be a conscious being. So Nimitta Karanam generally has to be Chetana, and the material cause will be Jada. So following that convention, it's not necessary all the time, but following that convention, we are giving this division. That the Jada Shariram is Upadana Karanam, and Chaitanyam along with the Antakarana obtaining in the body is the Nimitta Karanam. So Luta Kita, spider has got two aspects, Jada Amsha and Chetana Amsha. Jada Amsha is Upadana Karanam, Chetana Amsha is Nimitta Karanam. Evam eva, similarly, Ishvara Sharira Bhuta Jada Maya Jagataha Upadanam Chetana Bhagaha Nimitta Karanam. Similarly, Ishvara Sharira Bhuta Jada Maya, Maya, inert Maya, which is in the form of the body of Ishvara, is Jagataha Upadanam, is the material cause of Jagat, the world. Nama Rupatmakam Jagat, the Vyakta Nama Rupatmakam Jagat, for that, this Maya, which is Avyakta Nama Rupa, is the Upadanam. And Chetana Bhagaha Nimitta Karanam. Ishvara also has got two aspects, Jada Bhaga and Chetana Bhaga. Jada Bhaga means aspect. So inert aspect is Maya, is Upadana Karanam. And the Chetana aspect, the sentient aspect is consciousness, which is Nimitta Karanam. Sentient is the word we are using. This conscious aspect is the consciousness. So the Maya Upahita Chaitanyam is Nimitta Karanam. So Maya is Upadana Karanam and Mayopahita Chaitanyam is Nimitta Karanam. Or we, even if we say Maya Sahitam Chaitanyam is Nimitta Karanam. Itham Ekasya eva Ishvarasya Prapancham Prati Upadana Nimitto Bhaya Karanatve Luta Kitaha Drishtantaha. In this manner, Ekasya eva Ishvarasya, for one Ishvara alone, Prapancham Prati, for the creation, for the universe, Upadana Nimitta Ubhaya Karanatve, being the material cause and efficient cause. So Ishvarasya should be connected with Nimitto Upadana Nimitto Bhaya Karanatve. Ishvarasya Upadana Nimitto Bhaya Karanatve, with regard to Ishvara being the material cause and efficient cause, Luta Kitaha Drishtantaha, spider is the example, which is given in the Upanishad, Mundaka Upanishad. Yathordanabhis srijate grinnate cha. So that example is a very popular example, Urnanabhi, which is here called Luta Kita. So one example. Another, but he said, Mukhya Drishtantaha, the example which will be explaining much more, explaining more accurately, drawing more parallels, is Swapnaha Eva, is the dream alone. Dream is the best example for explaining how one and the same entity can become efficient cause and material cause. How it is so, that will be explained in the Tippani. So before that, the first Tippani, it is there on Ishvaraha eva jagataha upadana karanam nimitta karanam cha bhavati. For that, he gives the example. He gives this, he said the example of Nayayikas also can be taken. Generally, we give the example of spider or the dream. But if that example is not palatable, Nayayikas still they say, how is it possible? How is it possible? Then we'll tell Nayayikas, see, you yourself are accepting that one and the same entity can become Upadana and Nimitta Karana. Now we will explain based on your Siddhanta. We'll be using the technical terms and methodology of your philosophy. Whatever is going to be said in these first two lines, all the things we don't accept. But while explaining to them, we are using their technology, their terminology, and their methodology. Okay, so न्यायमते घटेन ईश्वरस्य संयोगे ईश्वरस्य अभिन्न निमित्तोपादानत्वम उक्तम. Nyayamate, in Nyaya philosophy, also in the view of Nyaya, Nyaya Shastra, here Nyaya has got the meaning Nyaya Shastra. Every time Nyaya does not mean Nyaya Shastra. When we say that Brahma Sutra is a Nyaya Prasthanam, it does not mean Brahma Sutra is following the Nyaya Shastra or Nyaya philosophy, Nyaya Darshana. It is not that meaning. Nyaya there has got the meaning Pramanaihi Pariksha, it is called Nyaya. Analysis of things with the help of means of knowledge. That is the meaning of Nyaya. But here, Nyaya has got the meaning Nyaya Darshane. Nyaya Mate means Nyaya Darshane. In the philosophy of Nyaya, also one entity, even Ishvara, becoming Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam, that is shown. How? Where it happens? See, for them, Ishvara is not Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam. For the creation, they don't accept Ishvara. For them, this creation happens from Paramanus. So, Paramanus are the Upadana Karanam, which they call Samavai Karanam. From them, these, all the Prithvi and all this which we are seeing have come. So, they have a different model. They don't accept Ishvara to be this Upadana Karanam of this entire Jagat. But they will accept the Nimitta Karanam. Upadana Karanatvam they don't accept. But we will show them that at least in one situation you have to accept Ishvara to be Upadana Karanam and Nimitta Karanam. That is good enough for us to show that one and the same entity can become Upadana Karanam and Nimitta Karanam. For us this much is enough. We don't believe exactly whatever this methodology they use. But just to show them, we are showing here. For that we have to understand. What is the example here? Ghatena Ishvarasya Sanyoge. Sanyoga means connection, association of what? Ishvara. With what? Ghata, pot. When pot is born, Ishvara being all pervasive, it will have sambandha with Ghata. So, Ghatena Ishvarasya Sanyoge. In that case, Ishvarasya Abhinna Nimittopadanatvam. Ishvara has got the status of being the Upadana Karanam. They don't use the word Upadana Karanam. Samavai Karanam and Nimitta Karanam. Nimitta Karanam they use. So, in your Darshana also, in the case of the Ghata Ishvara Sanyoga, Ishvara becomes Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karana. For Ghata, Ishvara is not Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karana. For Ghata or this Prithvi, Ishvara is not Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karana according to them. But we have studied their philosophy and we have found out that in one place they have to accept. And that we are highlighting. Alright, what is said? When there is a sanyoga between two things, suppose there is a hand and this clip, the Ghata will come tomorrow. So Ghata, hopefully. So hand and clip, they have got sanyoga. When hand and clip are joined, then a particular guna is born. In their language, guna. There are sapta padartha, one is called dravya, other is called guna. So sanyoga is a guna. So quality of sanyoga is born when these two things are combined. And this sanyoga is a guna. and it is born. What is the Samvayi Karanam for this Sanyoga? Samvayi Karanam, which is another word for this Upadana Karanam. Upadana Karanam for Sanyoga is the hand at this clip. Sanyoga is born of this clip and hand. So whatever two things are combined, they are called Upadana Karanam of this Sanyoga. If the table and clips are one, table and clip, they are the Upadana Karanam. So we have to understand all this, whatever they are thinking. Then only we will understand. We have to just to understand one sentence, we have to understand so many sentences. So first of all, the entity which are being combined, they are considered to be Upadana Karanam of Sanyoga. Sanyoga is a Padartha. What type of Padartha? Guna Rupa Padartha. So they have got proposition in Vaisheshika Mata, which is presented in Tarka Sangra, that Dravya, Guna, Karma, Samanya, Vishesha, Samvaya, Abhava, these are 7 Padartha. In that second Padartha is Guna, and there are 24 Gunas. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, Pruthakva, Paribana, Sanyoga, Vibhaga, Paratva, Aparatva, Gurutva, then Lagutva, Sneha, etc. And one of them is Sanyoga. So one Guna, 24 Gunas are there, one is Sanyoga. So Sanyoga will have the Upadana Karanatvam in the form of some Dravya. Sanyogaha Sarva Dravya Vritti. So is Dravya Vritti, it will be remaining in Dravya only. And the Dravya which are combined, they will become the Upadana Karana. So this much we have to understand. Alright. Now, Ghata, pot. This pot, imagine this is the pot. The pot has got Sambandha. When pot is born, it will have Sambandha with Ishvara. For Ishvara is a Vyapi. And Vyapi Padartha is Sarva Murta Dravya Sanyogi. That's how all these are there. So they are always connected. So Ishvara, whenever pot is born, it will have connection with Ishvara. So Ghatena Ishvara Sanyoga happens. When Ghata is born, then Ghata will have Sanyoga with Ishvara. Is it clear? Ghata Ishvara Sanyoga ho gaya ke nahi? Ghata, pot is born, it will be connected with Ishvara. It will be like connected with Akasha or not? Connected with Akasha. So Ghata also will be connected with Ishvara. Now, Upadana Karanam for this Sanyoga is what? The Ishvara, Ghata and Ishvara both are Upadana Karanam. For this Guna which is born, Upadana Karanam will be this Ghata and the Sanyoga Rupa Guna, the Upadana Karanam will be the entities which are combined. So here Ghata and Ishvara will be what? Upadana Karanam. So Upadana Karanatvam Ishvara got it? Because it is the one which is connected, Sanyukta. So Sanyuktasya Upadana Karanatvam. Ishvara is Sanyukta. Therefore, Sanyoga have got Ishvara as Upadana Karanam. Alright. Then Nimitta Karanam also Ishvara is. Why? Because for anything to happen, there are Sadharana Smrutaha. There is a shloka, very nice shloka. Nayayika shloka is Isha Tadnana Yatnecha Kalo Drishto Digevacha Prak Pratibandhaka Bhavo Karye Sadharana Smrutaha. For any karyam, there are some common causes. And in that, the first one is Isha, Ishvara. So Ishvara is the Sadharana Karana. And Sadharana Karana is which Karana? They talk about 3 types of Karana. Samvayi, Asamvayi and Nimitta. So Sadharana Karana is not Samvayi Karana, Asamvayi Karana, therefore what? Nimitta Karana. So Sadharana Karanas are considered to be Nimitta Karana. So this shloka I had written in the Tarka Sangra book. I remember it is there on this side. So when I taught, and then fortunately there I had put a note. Swamiji must have told. He said, सर्व साधारण कारण निमित्त कारण है. बस मुझे अच्छा लगा कि देखो, I don't have to break my head. So it is already written there. So all sadharana karanas are considered to be nimitta karanam. So now Ishvara is sadharana karanam. Therefore Ishvara is what? Nimitta karanam. Therefore Ishvara is what? Upadana karanam also and nimitta karanam also. So abhinna nimitta upadanatvam uktam. So for Ghata, Ishvara Sanyoga, Ishvara is Upadana Karanam Nimitta Karanam as well. So our all this attempt is for what? We already know that yes, Luta Kita example is there. But now we are entering into the Nayayikas in a territory. So we have to explain to them in their language. Therefore, we are using this language. If you don't understand, doesn't bother, doesn't matter, because we already have got nice example of Shruti. But Nayayikas, they say, how is it possible? So we are explaining them. That is what Vedanta's approach. Bhashyakara does that. He will enter into the territory of the Purvapakshi and says, see, you also are accepting this. So that is how it is said, Ishvara is Upadana Karanam because it is Sanyukta, and it is Nimitta Karanam because it is a Sadharana Karanam. And Sadharana Karanam is a Nimitta Karanam. Therefore, Ishvarasya Abhinna Nimittopadanatvam Uktam. Alright. So, as if one example is not enough. For second example they give. Nayayika Mate only. Nyaya Shastra Mate only. Tatha, similarly. Somebody will say, Swamiji, one example is enough. One example itself, somebody might get headache. So, but anyway, we will give someone more. So, Tatha Jivashrita Jnana Sukhadi Gunanam Jivasya Abhinna Nimittopadanatvam Abhimatam. Abhimatam is accepted. See, for them, Jiva is Atma. Jiva and Atma, they use synonymously. And this Atma is having these 8 gunas, sometimes 9 gunas. What are these gunas? Atma has buddhi, sukha, dukkha, ichha, dvesha, prayatna, dharma, adharma, samskara. So these are 9 gunas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 gunas. Sometimes ashta gunas, but sometimes 9th also is accepted. Alright. So for them, Atma by itself is inert, but it gets the quality of Jnanam, which is equivalent to the consciousness. So Atma gets consciousness, and then Atma becomes Jnani, sentient. So Atma gets Jnanam, therefore Atma gets the status of being knowledgeable. So by itself Atma is what? Inert. Apna kuch hai nahi. Jnanam comes. So Jnana etc. In that, one, this guna is Jnanam. Here it is Jiva Shrita Jnana. Sukha. Sukha also is guna. Adi Padena Ichha Dvesha. So this is what common man also thinks. Swamiji, I got this knowledge. In me knowledge occurred. In me happiness happened. In me desire come. That's what comes. That's how we think. So it is in line with the common man's thinking. So these 8 gunas or 9 gunas are there in this jiva. And guna is having samvai karanam in the form of dravya. Atma is a dravya. So jiva is a dravya. And sukhadi guna are guna, and guna has got the samvai karanam in the form of dravya. So jiva is samavai karanam, upadana karanam for sukha, jnana, ichha, etc. So jiva is upadana karanam for sukha, etc. And nimitta karanam also it is. How? Swa adrishta dvara. Because in sadharana karana, this kala drushto digevacha, adrishta also is involved. So adrishta dvara jiva is nimitta karanam also. And therefore, Jivashrita Gnana Sukha Gunanam Jivasya Abhinna Nimittopadanatvam. Jiva has the status of being the material cause as well as the efficient cause with regard to or for the gunas, the qualities such as knowledge, happiness, etc., which are residing or which are supported by Jiva. Abhimatam accepted. So this is the explanation given by Vedanti to show that one and the same entity can become Upadana and Nimitta. So Vedanti is handling this objection by giving their own example. That is the most effective manner. When somebody raises some objection and you said what you are objecting in others, it is there with you also. चुप हो जाओ. So स्वामी जी वो लेट आता है, अरे तो आप तो कल लेट आए थे. चुप हो जाता है. In Brahma Sutra also it comes Swapaksha Doshacha. That one sutra is there. So in your Paksha also, whatever objection you are raising to us, same objection you also have. And there is a rule. Yatro bhayo samo doshaha pariharopi vasamaha. When there is a defect in both the sides, then that doshaha should not be raised in objection. That defect should not be raised in objection. Why? Because it is there everywhere. So therefore you cannot raise. You cannot say कि स्वामी जी आपके अद्वैत गुरु तो भोजन करते हैं. You cannot say द्वैत गुरु भी भोजन करते हैं. So इसमें समो दोषा. नहीं अद्वैत गुरु कैसे भोजन करते हैं? जैसे द्वैत गुरु करते हैं. So समो दोषा. So there we cannot raise. That is the rule. यत्रो भयो समो दोषः परिवारोपि वासमः न एकत्र पर्यनुयोक्तव्यम. There is some fourth line, I don't remember. The ekatra, in by one side it should not be objected. When any defect is there in both sides, then that defect should not be raised in objection by either of the two sides. तेरी भी चुप मेरी भी चुप, इसको हिंदी में ऐसे बोलता है. You keep quiet, I keep quiet. So that is what Vedanti is telling. How can it be? How can it be? Both of them, the upadana nimitta should be different. Then we say that, see, you also are accepting. Okay. Alright, so just to shut these Nayayikas, we have to speak so much. उसको चुप करने के लिए हमको बोलना पड़ता है. So, okay. Now, further. किंच यथा अस्मन् मते जीवस्य स्वप्न प्रपंचम प्रति अभिन्न निमित्तोपादानत्वम इष्टम तथा ईश्वरस्य जागृत प्रपंचम प्रति अभिन्न निमित्तोपादानत्वम भवति. So what was said earlier, मुख्य दृष्टांत स्वप्न एव, that is explained in a way. किंच, moreover, यथा, just as अस्मन् मते, in our view, जीवस्य स्वप्न प्रपंचम प्रति अभिन्न निमित्तोपादानत्वम इष्टम. इष्टम is accepted. Jiva, especially Vishwarupa Jiva. Vishwarupa is Vishwa Tejas Pragna, that Vishwa. Jagarta, waker. The waker Jiva is considered to be the efficient cause and material cause for Swapna Prapancha, dream world. That is accepted. The waker alone is projecting itself in the form of the dream world. And for that, whose knowledge is used? Dreamer's knowledge alone is used. Waker's material alone is used. And waker's intelligence alone is used. Therefore, waker can be called to be the abhinna nimitta upadanam of this swapna prapancha. So, swapna prapancham prati abhinna nimitto padanatvam ishtam. And here we technically say that jiva who is avidya upahita chaitanyam. So that avidya, vyashti upadi, vyashti maya, which is sometimes called avidya, in that type of division is made. So vyashti aspect of maya is called avidya. That avidya upahita chaitanyam jivaha is swapta prapanchasya upadana karanam nimitta karanam. There also will say avidya drishtya upadana karanam chaitanya drishtya nimitta karanam. So swapta prapancham prati abhinna nimitto padanatam ishtam. So just as the waker jiva becomes the cause for the dream world in a one model, there is another model where we have got what is called only consciousness with different upadi becomes the upadanam. That's a different model. But here we are saying that waker, it's called telescopic model. What we are using here, telescopic, means so as if like Paramatma becomes Jagarta and Jagarta becomes the cause for the dream world. The telescope, and telescope from one another one it comes out like that, telescopic model. So the other day we were having discussion. So we said that one telescopic model is there. So in the telescopic model, this is said that Paramatma becomes this Vishwa, and Vishwa is the cause for the Tejas. Vishwa is the cause for the dream world. Swapta prapancham prati upadanatvam ishtam. Tatha, similarly, Ishwarasya Jagrat prapancham prati abhinna nimitto padanatvam ishtam. Upadanatvam bhavati. Similarly, for Jagrat prapancha, the waking world, Ishvara has got the status of being a non-separate material and efficient cause. The Ishvara has got Jagrata Prapancham Prati for the waking world, Abhinna Nimittopadanatvam, the status of being this non-separate material and efficient cause, Bhavati is there, Ishvarasya, on the part of Ishvara. So Ishvara is both. So Swapna Prapancha is a Drishtanta. Just as the Jiva is the cause for dream world, similarly Ishvara is the cause for the waking world. It's a very simple one. Alright, now there is one more footnote is there, second footnote. Bhavati. Yeah. Itham ekasya in the moolam, ekasya ishvarasya prapancham prati upadana nimitta ubhaya karanatve luta kitaha drishtanta. For that, some Purvapaksha Samadhanam are given. And the objection raised in the Tippanam, the footnote is that you are saying that Ishvara is the Nimitta Karanam, is the intelligent, efficient cause, and generally Nimitta Karanam will have the desire to create. Now, pot maker can have desire to make a pot because pot maker is finding himself to be incomplete. He wants some money, and to have money he can make a pot. So pot maker's desire is understandable. Goldsmith desire to make the ornament understandable. But Ishvara, why should he have desire? Oh, there is a song, no? दुनिया बनाने वाले क्या तेरे मन में समाई काहे को दुनिया बनाई. Why did you make this world? Why? What type of itching you had? So you made this world. Especially when we are unhappy, we ask this question. When we are happy, we don't ask this question. When things are not going okay, then we ask that, why Bhagwan you made this world? Creating problem for me. So this question is here raised and answered. So a very interesting thing, because it does create this what is called curiosity, that what desire Ishvara can have because of which he will make this world. For that this question and answer is there. The question itself is very big. Nanu dukkha tat sadhanah parihare va sukha tat sadhana sampadane va ichha drishta. This is a Vichara Sagara's approach, very elaborate. He says we can have desire for four things. One is what? Dukkha nivrutti. I want to remove dukkha directly. Dukkha is there, I want to remove. So my desire can be there for removing the pain. Or tat sadhana parihare. Desire can be there for removal of the means for dukkha. The thing is not directly causing pain, but it can become the means for this dukkha. Cause for dukkha. Like mosquito. The mosquito is sitting there, but you go and you put some spray, etc. Or cockroach. That cockroach is that right now may not be creating problem, but is dukkha sadhanam. So dukkha nivrutti ichha is there, dukkha sadhana nivrutti ichha also. Dukkha karana, sadhana here means karana. Dukkha karana nivrutti ichha. Parihara ichha. Parihara means nivrutti, other word is. So two desires are directly dukkha nivrutti, and other is dukkha sadhana nivrutti. Similarly, sukha ichha, you want happiness, and tat sadhana sampadana ichha. So desire for nimitta sapta sampadane. So desire for the means for happiness. Desire for happiness directly, I want happiness. And not only that, I want the means for happiness. Like laddu. Laddu itself is not happiness. The mithai ka example aata hai. So laddu itself is not happiness. But laddu is supposed to be the sukha sadhana. So these are the four types of desire possible. Dukkha nivrutti icha, dukkha sadhana nivrutti, dukkha hetu nivrutti icha, sukha icha, and sukha sadhana icha. Sukha sadhana sampadana icha. Sampadana means acquiring. So desire for acquiring the means of happiness. So these are the only four desires. Somebody said, no, Swamiji, I have desired to remove the sorrow of people. This is fifth type of situation. No, it is included in this form. Why do you want to remove the dukkha? Because by seeing them dukhi, you become dukhi. Or by making them free from dukkha, you become happy. So it is what sukha sadhana. Either it is sukha sadhana icha, when you are removing the dukkha of others, or it is a dukkha nivrutti icha. I can't see my brother, father, mother, etc. I make dukhi, I have to remove them. So it is dukkha sadhana nivrutti icha. So all ichas are coming under this. One of these four. You are studying Vedanta, what? Hopefully the sukha sadhana icha. Or dukkha nivrutti icha, whatever. Icha is there. So those who did not have desire, they did not come. There are so many people in the ashram. But those who have desire that, oh, this can become sukha sadhanam, dukkha nivrutti. But sometimes it happens, you come here for dukkha nivrutti, and sometimes by attending class you become dukhi because you feel headache or whatever it is. So that is possible. But icha is always of one of these four. Now, why we are presenting all this here? See, remember what is the topic? Ishvara is a nimitta karanam. And nimitta karanam will have desire. In fact, one definition of nimitta karanam involves this aspect. Chikirsha matvam. Kartum icha chikirsha. So chikirsha matvam nimitta karanasya lakshanam. Or kartuhu lakshanam. So any maker will have chikirsha. So he said this Ishvara cannot have the desire for creating this world because any desire will fall under this four. Ishvarasya tu dukkha tat sadhanayoho abhavat na tan nivrutti icha sambhavaha. So, but Ishvara, tu means but. Ishvarasya, for Ishvara, dukkha and tat sadhana. The misery and the cause for misery are not there, fortunately. Otherwise, see, if Ishvara also has got dukkha and dukkha sadhana, then you go to pray to Dakshinamurti. Dakshinamurti, I have got stomach problem, this problem. Dakshinamurti, I am also taking medicine. Do you know any good Vaidya? You tell me. So that situation will happen. Fortunately, it doesn't happen, So, Ishvarasya dukkha tat sadhanayoho abhavat. Ishvara doesn't have dukkha and the cause for dukkha. Therefore, what? Na tan nivrutti icha sambhavaha. Sambhava means possibility of the desire for the removal of dukkha or the cause for dukkha. Tat refers to the dukkha tat sadhana. So, first two desires are not possible. Means Ishvara created the world to remove his dukkha or removing the sadhana for dukkha. So Ishvara was feeling so miserable being alone. Therefore he said, Bahusyam. Like fellow is a bachelor and so I want to marry, I'm feeling lonely. So he has desire. So Ishvara doesn't have this loneliness based misery. And there is no sadhana that say my wife is harassing me, so I will create the world. So like that, dukkha sadhana nivrutti icha also is not there. So both are not there. So first two are ruled out. Then, what about the sukha and sukha sadhana icha? He said that also is not possible. Paryapta kamatvad ishparasya napi sukha tat sadhana sampadane cha. Ishvara is paryapta kama, means who has attained all the objects of desire, means he is having this purnatvam. He has got purnatva jnanam, and therefore he does not have desire for anything, for desire for any sukha or any sukha sadhana. Is paryapta kama, means nitya trupta. Paryapta kama means he is ever satisfied because of his paravidya he has. So paryapta kama literally means one who has attained all objects of desire. Means he has attained Paramananda, which is the source for all, which is the source for all these experiential happiness. Therefore, he is Paryapta Kama. Soshnute Sarvan Kaman Saha. So, he Paryapta Kama, and therefore, Sukha Tat Sadhana Sampadane Chapi Na. He does not have desire for happiness or the means for happiness. Ataha Ishwarasya Icha na kutrachidapi yujyate. Therefore, the desire of the Ishvara, the Lord, is not possible with regard to anything. Kutrachidapi means kutrachidapi vishaye, means any one of these four. Chaturshu api vishayeshu Ishvarasya icha na vartate. So kutrachid refers to all four possibility. Ishvara cannot have desire for any one of these four. Alright. And therefore what? Ishvara cannot become Nimitta Karanam. Because Nimitta Karanam should have desire. And Ishvara cannot have desire. So how can he become Nimitta Karanam? So here objection is on Nimitta Karanam. Alright. Then one in between Samadhanam is proposed to Purvapakshi. Purvapakshi, who is objecting the Nimitta Karanatvam of Ishvara, to that Purvapakshi, somebody may say this, what? Ishvara, even though he does not have desire, but just for fun. So that's what he says. Balanam akasmadeva kridayam ichavad Ishvarasya api jagat srushti rupa vinodecha nimittam vina eva icha nimittam vina eva bhavati iti api na. So some in between proposition is given. That see, sometimes the child will be making some house from sand. So it is not that somebody has given him a contract or something. He makes the house just like that he makes. Nobody is going to pay him. Just for fun he does. Similarly, Ishvara also just for entertainment he did. Just Leelartham. So sometimes, Pujya Swami used to give the example. He said when we are happy, we box in air. So that time this act is not for happiness. It is out of happiness. So Ishvara also just for fun, just for entertainment, just kridartham, just for sport, he did it. Like Raja does some krida, it is not that he will be paid something or that. He just entertains himself and therefore he does. Similarly, Bala also does, the child also does, and so similarly Ishvara can do. This is the explanation, the answer given by Vishishtadvaiti, Dvaiti very, very emphatically. They will say, Bhagavan ne क्यों बनाया? Leelartham. A very popular Mahatma is there in Vrindavan. When he is asked some question like this, he answered like this. बस लीला खेलने के लिए. And even Brahma Sutra, that one proposal is there, but that is not our main Siddhanta. It is a Leela, Lokavattu Leela Kaivalyam, Brahma Sutra is there. So, in between the Samadhanam is given, so that, people will be happy. Oh, just for fun Bhagavan did, just to enjoy with you. Bhagavan wanted to play with you. So, every moment you see that Bhagavan is playing with you. He never gives you dukkha. He just playing. Like sometimes your brother will come and pinch you or something just for fun. So Bhagavan also small in between pinches gives you. Takes away your spouse, takes away your child. Just pinch you. So like for Bhagavan pinch will be like that only, no? बड़ा आदमी का pinch भी बड़ा होता है ना. So big people will have big pinch. So it looks very nice, It's very appealing to some people. So sometimes provisionally this answer also is given, that just for Leela. Kridartham iti anye. In Mandukya Karika, there 4 chapters are there. First Agama Prakranam, in the topic of Ishvara, various propositions are, various views are given. So some people say that Ichartham, then Kridartham. So one view is this, just for fun Bhagavan did it. That's what this proposal is brought to Purvapakshi. He says, Balanam akasma deva. Akasma means without any reason. He didn't plan like that, I will go there and I will do this and this type of design I will make. Generally, child doesn't do that. Akasma deva, without any cause, kridayam ichhavat. Like there is a desire with regard to playing. Similarly, Ishwarasya api, even for the Lord, Jagat Srishti Rupa Vinodecha, Nimittam Vina, Nimittam should go with Vina, Nimittam Vina eva bhavati. So the desire for the Vinoda means entertainment. Desire for the entertainment in the form of creation of this world. So what is the entertainment of Ishvara? When you play with a toy or doll or something. Ishvara plays with the world. So for him, creation of the world is like a play. So entertainment. So Jagat Srishti Rupa Vinodecha Bhavati. Anvaya should be with Bhavati. So desire for the entertainment or recreation in the form of Rupa means in the form of creation of this world, Bhavati. Desire, Bhavati. How? Nimittam Vina eva, without any cause, without any compulsion. So without any nimitta, without any cause, it happens. Iti apina, this is a proposal. So Purvapakshi says, this also is not possible. Means this type of proposal, like a childish proposal you are bringing, that is not accepted. Then what he says? Yatha balanam. He said, why it is not possible? Yatha balanam chitte allada rupa sukha prapti nimitta kecha bhavati तथा पूर्ण कामस्य ईश्वरस्य आह्लाद रूप सुख प्राप्ति इच्छा न संभवति iti chet. So up to this is a Purvapaksha. So Purvapakshi had a Purvapakshi. Now Purvapakshi is giving answer to his Purvapakshi. What he said? He said the example you give of a child, how child has desire for playing. Similarly, Ishvara can have desire for playing in the form of creation. That type of childish logic is not correct. Why? He says, Yatha, just as Balanam Chitte, in the mind of children, Allada Rupa Sukha Prapti Nimitta Kecha Bhavati. The desire caused by desire for the purpose of Nimitta, desire for the purpose of Sukha Prapti, the attainment of happiness in the form of Ahlada, entertainment. So children, in the mind of the children, there is a desire based on or with the purpose of Sukha Prapti, with the intention of the attainment of happiness in the form of entertainment happens. Kridayam, we have to understand Kridayam. Kridayam Ichha Bhavati. Child has got desire for playing because he has got the desire for the purpose of getting some happiness in the form of entertainment. But that is possible in Drishtanta. In Dashtanta it is not possible. He says, Tatha Purna Kamasya Ishwarasya Ahlada Rupa Sukha Prapti Ichha Na Sambhavati. But for Ishvara, this Na Sambhavati, not possible. What? Sukha Prapti Ichha, the desire for the attainment of happiness, Ahlada Rupa, in the form of entertainment. Ishvara, for Ishvara, the desire for the attainment of happiness in the form of entertainment is not possible. Why? Hetu Garbha Visheshana, Purna Kamasya. Because his all desires are fulfilled. Means he is owning up his Ananda Swarupa, and therefore he cannot have desire like a child. A child can have desire for playing just for fun. Ishvara will not have desire even for fun. So this is the Purvapakshi. So Siddhanti is now giving the answer. What? Nah, what you said is not correct. Means you are saying that Ishvara cannot become Nimitta Karanam. So what he Purvapakshi wanted to say, Ishvara cannot have desire and therefore Ishvara cannot become Nimitta Karanam. Nothing can come from Ishvara because Ishvara cannot have desire to produce, to manifest anything. He said, nah. He said, Siddhanti says, I will give you the example, the Pauranic example. Yatha kalpa vrukshadihi swashrita purusha sankalpa rupa nimittena swasvabhavadeva ashrita purusha manoratham purayati तथा ईश्वरः अपि प्राणिनां फलदानान्मुखो यदा भवति तदा जीवा दृष्टरूपनिमित्तेनैव स्वस्वभावादेव जगत्सृष्ट्यादि विषयक ज्ञानेच्छा प्रयत्नादिकं करोति. So here example is kalpa vruksha. He says yatha, just as kalpa vrukshadi. The kalpa vruksha means wish yielding tree. And so adi is the chintamani. We have got some gem, wish yielding gem. Or modern language, what called? Genie? What they call? Genie? Genie. Genie, ha. Genie, how he, genie, yeah. So, better example is Kalpa Vruksha and this one, Chintamani. Swashrita Purusha Sankalpa Rupa Nimittena. Nimittena means based on the Sankalpa, based on or because of the reason in the form of Sankalpa, the resolve, of whom Purusha, the person. Swashrita, who has resorted to this Kalpa Vruksha. So Kalpa Vruksha will give you this desired object when you stand under the tree. Remaining outside it cannot. So you have to resort to the tree, Kalpa Vruksha. You have to stand under this. Whatever something can happen, so that you should be ready. So Kalpa Vruksha, you have to stand under that. And then whatever you wish it comes. Therefore, that person will be called what? Swa Ashrita. So just as wish yielding tree, Swasvabhava Deva, because of its nature, the nature of the wish yielding tree is to yield the wish, to give the wish to object. Swasvabhava Deva, Ashrita Purusha Manoratham Purayati. Purayati means fills up the, or fulfills the Manoratham is desire of the person who has resorted to. And for that, what is the reason? It is not that the Kalpa Vruksha thinks that, oh, this fellow, he will help me, he will water me or something. No. It is the swabhava of this Kalpa Vruksha to fulfill the desire of any person who comes under it. Swabhava, it is the nature of Kalpa Vruksha. So, what is the nimitta? Swashrita Purusha Sankalpa Rupa Nimittena. Because of the reason or the cause in the form of, or on account of the cause in the form of Sankalpa, the resolve, the desire of the person who has resorted to it, Manoratham Purayati, fulfills the desire. Tatha, similarly, Ishvara api, Ishvara also, Praninam Phaladanan Mukho Yada Bhavati. When Ishvara becomes ready for giving the result to the living beings, to Jivas, Tada, that time, Jiva Drishta Rupa Nimittena Eva, because of the nimitta of the Punya Papa of the Jiva, Swasvabhava Deva, because of its own nature. Ishvara's nature is to create based on the Punya Papa of Jiva. Swasvabhava Deva, Jagat Srishtyadi Vishayaka Jnanecha Prayatnadikam Karoti. Ishvara does the Jnanam. Ishvara has, Jnanam means what? That Srishti Akara Vritti rises up. That is called Jnanam. Then Icha, there will be desire. And the Prayatnam in the form of manifesting these unmanifest names and forms. Karoti, Ishvara Karoti. Ishvara does. How? Swasvabhava Deva, because of its own nature. And this explanation is based on the Mandukya Karika. Very popular sentence of the first chapter, Mandukya Karika. Devasya eshaha swabhavo yam apta kamasya kaspruha. In the Agama Prakarana, this is said, this is the nature of Ishvara, avidyaka nature of Ishvara, this Maya based nature of Ishvara, that when the jivas punya papas are fructified, are ready to give fruits, then Ishvara creates accordingly. Jiva has got some punyam, so Swarga is created. Some papam, so Naraka is created. Some Mishra also is there. Therefore, Manusya Loka is created. So, that is the nature of this Ishvara to create this world, avidya based nature. In fact, because of Maya, this happens. This is how the order is. That when the punya papa of jivas are ready to give the result, this order of Ishvara will manifest this nama rupa from the unmanifest Maya. Alright, therefore what our answer is, that how can Ishvara have Icha, and if he doesn't have Icha, how can he create? We said Ishvara does not have desire for himself. It is the nature of the Ishvara to give the result in keeping with the Punya Papa of Jiva. Now we say, Swamiji, but when happened first time? So there is no first time. Jiva always have some Punya Papa, and then Jiva was resting in Pralaya, and when Punya Papa is ready, Jiva Ishvara creates. So he does not create for oneself. If he creates for oneself, then whatever objection raised is correct. How Ishvara can have Icha for Dukkha Nivrutti, Dukkha Sadhana Nivrutti, Sukha Prapti and Sukha Sadhana Prapti? You are right. He doesn't do for itself. Like Kalpa Vruksha does not get anything by providing the desired objects. It is nature. It gives. Like our, what called vending machine? What is called? Vending machine. If you press, it will give. Free vending machine. Otherwise, it's money. So it is give. So if you press, it comes. So a vending machine does not have any desire. So there it is a jada, but here the Ishvara, which is having this Maya Upadhi, has got this order. Therefore it will happen. Alright. Now further more details are given. We'll see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha.